All right, everybody, welcome back to Movie Talks and Chill. We're your hosts. I am Tony Serrato.
I'm Gavin Butts.
I am Patrick Wall.
And in this episode, Patrick wanted to talk about a couple
Two movies that I've seen.
And then
Let's get ready to rumble. Oh, I mean, sorry. Too soon.
And then Tony has recently seen a new movie that he would like to discuss.
Well, when you brought up New Spill, I was like, oh, yeah, I did see that the other day. So, yeah, I'll talk about it.
And I haven't seen shit.
Are you not the guy who watched 28 Years Later on the Plex server?
Yes.
Okay, so you've seen something.
Yes.
You didn't finish it, though, did you?
I did.
Oh, did you?
I had to
saw like halfway through.
Yeah. Well, I had to restart it because it shut down. Like the file or whatever I was watching said it couldn't replay.
My bad.
So I kept getting trying to do it, and
probably-
yeah, I had to shut it down and then restart it.
I am the guy who almost finished True Lies and then got bored and started watching the original Resident Evil and then remembered it was garbage. And I was like, you know what? Veep is on Max. I'm just going to watch that.
Wow.
So tell us about your movies,
You
dog.
went Resident Evil over True Lies. How dare you?
Yeah.
I may have been
The
under
last
the
movie,
influence.
Jamie Lee Curtis, was a smoke show. And you go.
I actually stopped watching before that helicopter scene.
How dare you?
You made us all sad now.
That's, you know what? I think
Just
that's
talk about your movies and...
Well, I don't know. I thought we were going to stick on this True Lies bullshit for a while.
The only true lie is that you think you're a movie critic.
Yeah.
Damn it.
We're just resing you. Anyway,
Someone's got to go first. I need to recover from that body blow.
well,
No.
Tony,
All right, I'll go first. Then.
what was the movie you watched?
Yeah.
So there were two of them actually, and because I thought about the other one that I told you about while you were here when we had the card game. Mm-hmm. So I'll talk about that one first, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's called The Life of Chuck.
Oh, that's the one with Mark Hamill and Tom Hiddleston.
Yep.
Right?
I really liked it. It's based off a Stephen King novel. It was actually a collection of novels that never got published, and later on they got published. So it was like a group in one big book. There was 4 novels in there. They chose this one to make a movie about. But yes, it's Tom
I
Hiddleston.
heard it's very good.
It is. I really enjoyed it. It's kind of remind you of. It's basically about this guy named Chuck, and the movie plays in 3 acts, and it plays backwards. So they stop the movie unless it's like Act 1 or Act 3, Act 2, Act 1, whatever, and it titles it. So the first act is basically, and the spoiler alert because this movie just came out like this year, or last year.
Oh, like 2 months ago, I think.
Okay,
Excuse me.
so really spoiler alert again. Not as much as Fantastic Four, but
Yeah.
so Tom Hiddleston plays Chuck, but at the beginning it doesn't start with him. It's this guy who's a school teacher, like an elementary or middle school teacher.
That was Mark Hamill's role?
no, Mark Hamill. I'll get to that.
Oh, okay.
He plays his grandfather.
Yeah, let him get there.
And basically, like the world, all these natural disasters start happening. And then on the news, though, there's like a scene where he all of a sudden sees a commercial where it's Tom Hiddleston just sitting behind a desk, and it says, "Thanks for 39 years, Chuck," or "Thanks," or "Here's to 39 years, Chuck. Thanks." That's all that the commercial says, and it's all just in words. And so basically, all these things start happening. The world starts crumbling, and
I was waiting for the Stephen King tie-in.
Yeah,
There
so
it is.
and then he sees like the first part of the movie is really slow, and so he's talking to his ex-wife, and it's just nothing really about their lives, this guy's life, but through the end he's like sitting there and more natural disasters start happening. He meets up with his ex-wife again, and as they're walking, he sees pictures of Chuck in the hospital, and he's on his deathbed. He's suffering from a brain tumor, and he's dying. And so the husband and wife sit there, and they just looking out at the stars, and slowly the stars start
Blinking
disappearing, and then they just go black.
Oh.
There's a lot more to the story, but it's not really that in-depth meaning to the story, but they're trying to figure out why they keep seeing this guy in these billboards, commercials. The second act starts with, and here's the other best part. It's narrated by Nick Offerman,
Oh,
which makes it fun because he's
Yeah.
just got a voice you can listen to.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so the second one is he's walking down the street and he's like, "This is Chuck, so and so." And then there's another woman. He's like, "This is so and so." She's walking down the street, and there's this girl setting up a drum set in the middle of the street, like a street performer. And so she starts playing the drums, and then he stops and he's like walking by, and he stops and he gets like this look in his face, puts his briefcase down, and starts dancing to the beats. And so she's starting to see him, and she starts playing to how he's dancing. And they're like, find a sync. And then the other girl, he finds her, and they get out, and they just start doing this big dance.
Oh.
And it's a really neat scene. And they meet up with her, and she's like, why did you, stop, or why did you stop and start dancing, or, stop when I was playing? And he's like, I honestly don't know. He had a reason, but he didn't want to tell her. He's like, I don't know.
Do you find out what the actual reason was?
Well, yes and no, but it's basically because
He fancies
he
her?
promised later on you'll find out that he promised to live life to the fullest, and just
Oh, okay.
any moment he could just embrace it. So this was a moment for him, and you find out in the third act, because that goes back to when he's a kid. That brings in Mark Hamill. He lives with his grandparents because his parents were killed, I think in a car accident.
Okay.
And so he's staying with them, and then his grandmother teaches him how to dance. So he ends up loving dancing. And so the whole movie is him as a young kid learning how to dance. He takes there's a after school course called Spinners and Twirlers, and so he takes a class. Yeah, that's what it's called.
Okay.
And so it's the
I
young
think that's
kids.
a PG version of it was a pole
Yeah.
pole dancing class.
No, it was a regular dance, but it's just the teacher there. So she's teaching all these kids how to dance, and he joins because he loves dancing. And eventually, his grandmother gets sick, and she passes away. And Mark Hamill starts drinking heavily because he just can't handle it. But he also tells him in the house they're living in, there's this thing, and I can never pronounce it right, so I'm not going to pretend to. But it's a style of architecture. It's in their house. It's an upstairs room that's usually like a dome-like thing. It's an old architecture from out east, and I can't remember the name, but it's always locked. And the grandfather tells him never go in there. And so one night before, his grandfather's like he thinks he's passed out. He wants to see what's in there, and he unlocks it, and he's like goes in this room, and it's just
the
a dark
corpse
room.
of the grandma.
No. But he doesn't see anything. You just see Mark Hamill. He screams like no, and he throws the kid. He doesn't mean to throw him down the stairs, but he pushes him, and the kid falls down the stairs. And you see the scene of like Mark Hamill staring into the room, and he starts freaking out, and he slams the door and locks, and he's like, "You can never go there." He apologizes to him, whatever.
What's in the room? I gotta know, man.
Well, you'll find out in a minute. So anyway, it's about this Chuck. Meets a girl in the dance class. She's taller than him. I think she's a little older than him, but she had a boyfriend. But she really likes him because he can dance well. And so he takes a liking to her, but he knows there's no chance. So they have this big dance at the school where everybody.
There's no chance with Tom Hiddleston, a very attractive
this
man.
is a kid though.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like,
that's true.
He's like
He's
11.
not full grown.
Yeah, he's not Loki yet.
Yeah, he's not 6'5" and British yet.
And so anyway, he does the dance. He's kind of nervous now because he thinks people are going to laugh at him because the girl's so much taller than him, and he tries to get out of it. Then he realizes he needs to go back. So they have this big dance, and that kind of ends that. And there's a lot more to this movie, but I just don't want to tell because we only have so much time. But it really, at one point, he gets older and he's about to go to college. And I'm sorry. Also, previously, when he's younger, when the third act starts, or the first act, whatever they call it in reverse, and he reads this thing where it says you have multitudes, and he asks the teacher what that means, and she gives him some kind of answer. I'm not going to tell you all what it means, but grandfather passed away after time. He's about to go to college. Grandfather leaves him the house and everything. He sells that, but he goes up to the room and he opens it. And he's sitting there, and at first there's nothing there, and he walks in, it's just a room, and he goes to leave, and he hears something, he turns around, and then he sees himself dying at 39. So he's 39 years old when he has the brain tumor, and sees his family around him, his son and his wife holding his hand, and his wife leans over and says, thanks, 39 years, thanks, Chuck, and
Damn.
so she just gives him a kiss, and he watched himself, but so he realizes him, and he's going to die at 39, so he says, I am important. I have multitudes. I'm going to live life to the fullest. So the whole thing is when he's young, he finds out that he's going to die at a young age. So he just does all these things and he stops. And it was a really interesting movie. Again,
Sounds
there's
like
a lot more to it, but that's the gist of it. Okay. So The Life of Chuck, I recommend it.
Life of Chuck.
Sounds good to me.
Not to be confused with Good Luck Chuck.
Yeah.
Yes. Which is also it's a
like
movie.
I like it.
I liked Employee of the Month better. It's an '89 Honda. How dare you?
The other one, which is a little weirder, that I saw was called The Artifice Girl.
Oh, okay. I've not heard of this movie at all.
Yeah, I think I may have found it on Tubi or something or somewhere, but so that one's a little different. It's really slow running. You can tell it's like a very indie made movie.
Like artsy.
No, not so much artsy, just very independent.
Okay.
And this guy gets brought into this room from this company, and they start interrogating him. He thinks he's being under arrest, and they're asking him all about this stuff like, you're on these online sites, da-da-da. And he's like, I don't go online. He's like, well, you go on chat rooms. So anyway, they're interrogating him to the point to where they find out this is a company trying to stop sexual predators. And so they ask him, the guy's like, what is your handle? He's like, I don't have a handle. And he's like, don't lie to me, blah, blah, blah. And he gets, so they finally ends up telling him, he's like, it's not what you think, because they find pictures of this girl that he has in his system. And he's like, it's not what you think, not what you think. Anyway, the long story
Sounds
short
like
of it,
someone rewatched To Catch a Predator with Chris Hansen.
well, like kind of, yeah. But what it turns out to be, and he's like, so he finally says his handle. They push him to the breaking point, and he's like, you're that guy? So this the guy is the cop. He's been anonymously giving him tips on all these predators. So they're like, oh, it's you now. So you're the guy that's been helping us, because they thought it was, and they just needed confirmation. And they're like, how are you doing this with this girl? And he's like, she's not real. And basically, it's just an AI that he created from no original pictures. He just created this girl. So it's not a person that's based off anybody. And he makes this AI so interactive that he's like, well, how do you do that with her? Don't they realize she's fake? And he's like, well, no. He's like, I created the algorithm. He's like, so she can answer spontaneously. She gives different answers, different reactions, different emotional reactions to
So he
stuff.
figured out how to beat the Turing test.
Yeah. And so he goes online and he said, do you want to test it? So he has the cop talking to her, and she's like, well, the one woman's like, well, what happens if you ask it a question that it's not that common? And so, because, they meet online, it's like on a Zoom thing, so you see her on a computer camera, and he's like, did you go fishing last week? And so she sits there and starts kind of freezing a little, she's like looking, and all of a sudden the camera starts glitching, it's like, and like it's breaking up, like bad reception. She's like, and he's like, what happens then if she gets a unique question? It sends me a message. He's like, I see what the question is. I give her a response, and then it clears up, and it seems like it was just interference with the internet. And she's like, sorry, my web or my internet
Like
it's
glitched
horrible
out.
reception here. And she's like, no, I actually went and I caught a trout, and I caught this and this and this. So he's like created this thing so he can, and he's like caught so many like hundreds of like predators
Okay.
by utilizing this AI. So anyway, it fast forwards to like as they're older, they've been doing this for a while, and they want to start using it for different purposes and blah blah blah. And it's a whole big thing. And it fast forwards to him as an old man, and he's created a body, a cybernetic body for this AI to live in.
Damn.
And you basically find out that she's like, I found this picture, why did you create me? Because she's basically standing there because she doesn't know why she's been created, or she's kind of stuck in this world. And you've come to find out he was taken with like his sister or another good friend of his by a group of sexual predators who took a bunch of kids and forced them to do things in a shack, and the girl killed him or got killed. Anyway, he got away, so he vowed to make sure
Find
this
him.
all happened. And then the AI gets kind of upset. She's like, this whole time I'm just nothing but your obsession. Like, I'm not a real person. So he ends up giving her an updated software that will let her have free will
Oh.
and do her own
You
thing.
never give free will to AI.
No, but this was so she can explore
Ever.
life.
You
And-
never
and-
unshackle the AI.
But it's a good movie though. It's a slow movie, but it's my type of movie. It's usually like just people in a room.
Yeah.
And then when the final conversation with him and her, they're playing chess or checkers or something, and that's when all this stuff comes out about it. But then, like the end of the movie, I think he ends up dying, and so after he dies, which she didn't kill him, he just dies, and she just has all these chords so she can get around the room. She unplugs them and just starts dancing. Puts a song on that she likes on the record player, and all she's doing is dancing around through the end of the movie.
No.
Just like it's her way of
The
saying
sequel
she's
is her
free.
taking over the world.
Yeah,
'Cause
basically.
You never unshackle
It's called
AI.
The Terminator.
She is.
That
oh,
was Skynet.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
forgot to mention her name was Skynet.
Yeah.
The birthplace of Skynet.
So those are two that intro. I really like Good Luck, or The Life of Chuck. You got me saying good luck, Chuck, now.
You're welcome.
I love Life of Chuck, and then Artifice Girl was interesting. Definitely unique to see, so if you get a chance, check it out.
Nice. And you said you found the Artifice Girl on Tubi?
I can tell you in just a moment here. I want to say it was, but I can't remember exactly where it was. Hang on.
And Google now introduces
So, yes,
where
it
to
is.
watch.
It is on Tubi for free, yes.
Well, I did remember that I did watch a movie.
You did watch a movie.
Holy shit.
I did watch one. The Most Dangerous Game.
Okay.
It's an adaptation. Which I've seen it before, or I've read the book, but this is a story. So it takes place in Detroit. So it's a Amazon Prime movie. I think it came out. 2020.
Okay.
So it's Liam Hemsworth, Christoph Waltz, Natasha Liu was in it. She's absolutely amazing fight
Actor.
scene between her and Liam Hemsworth in there too.
Oh.
Sarah Gadon, I've remembered her from a couple of things. She plays Dodge's wife. So basically, what happens is Liam Hemsworth, his character, has been getting like these headaches, and he's like seeing bright lights, and he's like passing out. So he's going to the doctor, and they're basically telling him he has inoperable brain cancer. Well, on top of that, he's got a business that he's trying to kick off running. He owns this building that he's trying to grow, get a business going through, and he needs investors. So he's already got the real estate for it, but all of that is just like churning money out of his bank account. So he's leveraged to the hilt on it, and he has no financial future, and is about to leave his wife and soon to be she's carrying their son with basically penniless and on the streets. So enter Christoph Waltz's character. Well, after he gets this diagnosis from the hospital, one of the nurses gives him this card, and he's like, "Hey, this company has helped some people in the past, with options. You should reach out to them." So he goes to meet Christoph Waltz, and he's talking to him, and he finds out that he wants him to, play a game for money where he survives, and every hour that he survives, he gets more money into his bank account, and it instantly gets wired to him and his wife's account.
Okay.
So it starts out at like 50,000, and then it like starts. I can't remember the full map, but it like ends up like doubling or increasing every hour. Basically, at the end of it, he would get $22 million tax free.
So it's kind of like Squid Game.
Yeah, I'm getting very Squid Game vibes.
But it's a 24-hour period. So it's once the clock starts and he's getting chased, that's when the clock starts. And then at the end of every hour, his location is pinged to all the players. So his location is revealed.
Oh.
And it's pretty interesting, the people that come after it. So they can't use guns. They can only use their choice of stabby weapons.
Stabby.
They can't kill him in any public place because the company won't cover up a crime that's out in the open like that.
Just one's behind.
So yeah, there's all these. So yeah, they're basically and there's an interaction between one of the killers or the players of the game, or two of the players. They've got Liam Hemsworth, and he's taking him up an escalator. And then one of the other players stops the escalator because they're in a public place, and then Liam Hemsworth ends up getting away. And so they have this exchange. It's like, "I was fully engaged with the target. You violated the rules." Like, actually, you held it was some shit. It's like, you held the target hostage in a public place where you could not execute. So basically, you did not have a killing stroke. And so he's like, there was another scene where they're like in an alleyway, and the guy gets him again. And if he had interfered, that would have been like actually interfering in the rules of once you're engaged with it, somebody else can't come over and steal a kill from you.
Okay. So you can only be attacked by one person at a time.
Exactly.
Well, that's
but
nice.
five people are chasing him through the whole thing.
Yeah, but I'd be like, okay, just you.
Yep.
Like I don't have to worry about 4 other people. I'm just like I'm focused on this guy, and then when I get away from
So
him,
if
I
I'm
can worry
listening
about
to
the
these
other
rules,
people.
I'm just hanging out on 8 Mile all day because that's public. Nobody sleeps on that fucking street in Detroit.
But what they could also do is they could come up behind you, drug you because you don't know who they are.
Yeah.
They could stab you with a pin, drug you, take you in an alleyway, kill you, and then you're.
Oh, it's diabolical bastards.
I would just stay in Walmart. They're open 24 hours. It's public.
Yeah, there's always someone there. But are they paying attention? Probably not.
Probably not.
But
Exactly.
it doesn't matter if they're paying attention. You said they couldn't be killed in a public place.
if there's like eyes on, you can't be.
Then I'm going to Disney World.
So there's
They'll kick you out at 8.
There's another scene of them. Well, no, you have to stay in Detroit. You can't leave the city limits of Detroit.
Okay, well I'm not in Detroit.
That was the rules of the game. That was. I'm telling you all the rules. Anyway, Christoph Waltz, this guy is full on Christoph Waltz. So he runs this program, and throughout it, like there's crimes that happen. So Liam Hemsworth ends up stealing a cab car. So he's got one guy who's out there who's basically playing cleanup for the whole day. So he fixes everything. He's like, well, yeah, the cab was reported stolen, but that doesn't not happen in Detroit ever. So who's going to really look into that?
Yeah.
He said, I found the car and I torched it. So I put a couple of, like, basically he was like, I made it look like a robbery gone wrong or whatever. He said, and I torched the car. So there's no evidence tying
That goes
anyone
back to my 8 Mile reference. If someone dies on the 8 Mile, it
Yeah.
kind of happens.
Yeah, exactly. And that's part of the reason why they set this. And also, so Liam Hemsworth was he was a track star in college. So he had like a full ride. He was going to do the Olympics and he ended up like blowing out his knee or something. So he's an athlete. And that's why the players were so interested in getting him as the game because, they wanted a challenge. And they're rich people. They have, this is what they do. Fight clubs and all this other stuff.
Who remembers
clubs.
that god-awful, I say god-awful, I loved it as a kid, John Leguizamo movie called The Pest?
No, I do. I didn't like it.
So as it keeps going on, he's also there's a couple of other scenes of where he finds out that basically the doctors that told him he had cancer, his wife ends up finding that the doctor's office never existed. Like they went to a doctor's office, went to the hospital, but that wing was closed. Those doctors were not employed with the hospital at all. The pills that he's been taking are actually just aspirin. So they gave him like this prescription. He's like, keep these for your medication, because we don't want you falling out. Basically, what they've been doing is drugging him secretly, and get him to do the
game.
The game, yeah, because the financial hardship wasn't enough for him. He wanted him to get that life or death situation.
Like, fuck it, if I'm going out rich.
So there's.
Excuse me.
I don't want to give away the ending, but it's that's how like he finds out getting everything that happened in his life, because like his best friend was actually employed as well.
Oh,
like,
really?
It was, yeah. There's like all this stuff that he finds out was built around him. It's almost kind of like the Total Recall, where he finds out like his whole life was, but his wife is his wife, and they're still pregnant. His financial hardship's still there. Just every other like aspect outside of that was bad. So it's a decent one. I wouldn't say it was the absolute greatest, but it had enough suspense in there to keep me interested.
Okay. It does sound pretty interesting, and I'm getting a lot of vibes from like Squid Game and The Pest. So yeah, it definitely sounds as if Amazon was better with their ads, I might actually give it a
well,
watch.
Yeah.
almost like 2, even though not the same premise, but the movie The Game.
Yeah, so
With Michael
Michael
Douglas,
Douglas,
yeah.
I was getting a couple of vibes
Yeah.
from that one too, especially like the company that they hired does
Yeah.
all the fake stuff to like make Michael Douglas feel like what the fuck's going on with my life right now. And it was so good, especially in that movie. Oop, hit my phone a little.
There you go.
In the game, that he figures out like something's really wrong because he sees one of the people he talked to as a doctor on a commercial in that like little restaurant.
yeah.
And he's like, mother.
Wait a minute.
Wait, I remember you guys. You're the horseman, aren't you?
Is it my turn now?
It's your turn.
All right. So I watched 2 wildly different but very good movies, in my opinion, this past week. One is on HBO Max called The Death of a Unicorn. and the other is on Netflix called, I mentioned this on our last episode, K-Pop Demon Hunters. I know it's not your guys' cup of tea. I get that. But
What gave it away, the anime part or the K-pop part?
Yeah.
it was the part where you two just turned to each other and laughed. That was probably the dead giveaway.
You guys were asleep.
So this one's for me. But if you have Netflix and if you like musicals and anime, this one is amazing. It's got really great songs, choreography. It's got a cookie cutter kind of plot line when it comes to these kind of movies. So it's not the greatest, but the songs in it are truly amazing. But it's about, throughout history, there have been women musical performers that have kept the demons that live in hell basically from coming up to earth, and they do that by singing really well and energizing their fans. And at the beginning they do this montage of like they're real demon hunters, where there's people in like ancient Korea playing those really old like mandolins and stuff, and the way that the seal is, it's just a bunch of like ripples of blue lines going across the land. And so the whole story is, we're now in 2025, they're K-pop stars and they're really huge in Korea. But the opening scene on the plane, I will say, is my favorite one. And it's not even your guys' type of music. I'm not going to show it to you, but fuck you guys. So I'm just going to talk to the camera. So to anyone who does enjoy this, I promise you the opening plane scene and song is amazing. That's probably my favorite part. But it's about these three girls who are demon hunters, and of course one of them is half demon, and she's afraid to show her two best friends. No, if we get the golden seal, that'll seal the demons away forever. My patterns, what they call that shows that she's a demon, will go away. So that's her goal, and obviously. The demons send up a boy band to compete. We can't if we can't kill their fans, we're just gonna steal them.
Yeah,
with
touche.
music. And they have a couple of really good songs
Was it
too.
in sync?
I was gonna say Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, they set up the Backstreet
They
Boys.
basically sent up South Korean in sync.
New Kids.
Yeah.
Donnie Wahlberg pops up there.
Donnie Wahlberg.
And the lead demon K-pop guy falls in love with the
half demon.
Yeah, the half, obviously standard cookie cutter stuff here.
Yeah.
They have a really good song on the rooftops discussing about how they can never be together and all that. Once again, cookie cutter crap.
This sounds
This
like
is not
Romeo
cookie cutter
and
to me, 'cause I
Juliet.
don't know any of this stuff. So I'm like,
Okay.
this is very uncookie cutter to me.
See, if you know, you know. But yeah, and then obviously the two K-pop mates find out that she's demon, and they're like, "How could we trust you? You've been lying to us for all these years. Get away from me."
I've only been half lying.
Yeah. And then obviously that just gives the demon boy band the power to get their own fans and actually steal their fans, so the lead demon can come up and bring the apocalypse to the world. And then the ending song is about the half demon, how she's like, "I'm sorry I lied, but you got to find the beauty in the broken glass." It's a really good song, and it breaks her other two bandmates out of the trance that the entire I think it's supposed to be the world, but it's clearly just Seoul. And then they do this really good song fight scene to banish all the demons to hell.
Break dance fighting.
But yeah, if you like anime and you like contemporary, upbeat Asian kind of music, it's really well done.
Okay.
I
Can you
full-heartedly
understand it?
It's English.
It's dubbed.
Okay, good.
Really well, I would say. Most of the times,
Well, it's easier to dub a cartoon than it is
normally
live action.
yeah. And 9 times out of 10, I'll be the first to say subs, not dubs. But the dubs in this one are really good, spot on. So I think they got English-speaking Korean
Probably.
women to do both the
Yeah.
Korean and the English.
So better than the old Bruce Lee movies.
Well, I mean, that's apples and oranges.
I'm talking about the dubbing.
Oh yeah, wildly. Yeah, the old Godzilla movies where they take 30 seconds to say the.
Yeah.
Yes, it's way better than those.
Okay.
So that is my first movie.
Okay. I was a
Numero uno.
whirlwind of emotion there.
It's not your guys' cup of tea, so that's why I didn't
I didn't say
recommend
it was
it.
a bad thing. I said it was a whirlwind of emotion. I got getting into it. There was boy bands and demon
Demons.
hunters and other demons sending boy bands to fight demon bands. And
The non-boy band demon.
And
It
there's-
sounds very sexist. Why would they send? Why would they send another girl band?
it's very corporate America. So at the end of the day, they're trying to seal
Very
the deal.
corporate
They're
America.
trying to seal the deal.
Yeah, there's a giant gold amulet. Yeah, that's corporate.
Yeah. Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. That's what it is. It's just a giant Bitcoin necklace. Did they find the amulet?
There is no amulet.
Oh, okay.
I didn't mention an amulet.
Well, it said like a gold seal or
A
whatever.
gold seal. So if they get enough fans to be energized, the blue lines turn gold, and that seals the demons forever.
Oh, okay.
Almost sounds like a Black Mirror episode.
Yeah.
It's not. There's no pig fucking in this one.
They did
That
other
was one
stuff.
time.
It scarred me for life.
They did other shows.
Yeah.
I know. I've seen the first season. I also saw that Pick Your Own Movie. What was it called?
I
Bandersnatch.
didn't see that one.
Bandersnatch.
I didn't see that one yet.
Apparently, it's got like a trillion different like endings that you can get to, like all the past and choose.
play
Like
it one
you
time.
can end it in 2 minutes by choosing not to go to work.
Yeah.
It's actually a pretty fun movie. I got like 4 endings, I think. You just get bored of watching the same shit every time.
Fair.
Okay, so movie numero dos. You two would actually like this movie.
Okay. Tell me about it, Unicorn.
First off, you should have led that with part duh.
Yeah.
So the second one is an A24 film, and I normally stay away from A24 films.
Really?
Yeah, shocker. Yeah, I don't like watching The Black Phone or Megan or stuff like that.
What about Megan
how,
That
2.0?
how do you
one
not
freaks me
watch
out, man.
Civil War though?
Yeah, definitely don't want to watch that.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
But no, this one is on HBO Max. It's called The Death of a Unicorn, starring Paul Rudd and Wednesday Adams. What's her name?
Jenna Ortega.
Thank you, Jenna Ortega.
Wednesday Adams. I don't know if she'd be appreciative of that being the only.
I mean,
It's not a bad thing, but
Yeah. She'll be all right.
So, but I was surprised on how much I liked this movie. So basically, the plot is Paul Rudd is a lawyer and he's trying to make partners. So he's driving up to his boss's mansion, who owns the firm, obviously, in the sticks of, I think, Oregon. I don't think they actually say. But, you know, it's a dense forest. So you're definitely on, like, the Pacific Northwest.
okay.
So they're driving up and he hits an animal. And they don't, like, Paul Rudd's like, oh, shit, what do I do? And then they go out and they find it's a unicorn. And then Jenna Ortega like touches the horn and like
I bet she does.
and they bond together. Like she's like, I was bonding with it. He was trying to show me something. And then Paul Rudd brains it with a tire iron to put it out of its misery.
Oh,
She was bonding with it.
Yeah, well, he didn't know that. But what they find out is because some of the blood got onto Jenna Ortega's face, she had really bad acne in the first few scenes. Gone. So it cleared. The blood cleared up her acne.
It's like OxyClean.
twice as good.
So I don't think they explained why, but they put the dead unicorn into the car rental they have, and they go to the meeting with the big boss. And you know, they're talking, they're having this meeting, and then they look down at the car, and then it just starts rocking. So it's not dead, so it's and it's pissed. So it's just rocking, trying to get the hell out. It breaks through one of the windows. It's trying to bite something. The security guard comes up point blank and just shoots it in the head.
Oh, this unicorn is not having a good day.
No.
No, it is not.
Got hit by a car, got tire iron,
Yeah.
Yep.
Shot in the
and
face.
shot right in the face.
Yep. And then the rest of the movie is they figured out like the powder from the horn and the blood from the unicorn has wildly great healing properties. And because Paul Rudd is the lawyer for this guy who owns a very big pharmaceutical company, they're like,
There it is.
yep.
Corporate America.
Yep. So
Strikes
they
again.
spend a fair amount of time just going over like, all right, we have this much blood, this much horn, very limited supply, you know, and they're just doing like the numbers and like how much money are we gonna make. And Paul Rudd was helping with the financials. He's like, I've never seen these kind of dollar amounts before. Like this is insane. Jenna Ortega is pleading like, no, this is awful, this is wrong, don't do this. And they're like, sweetie, it's fine, money.
You want to go to college, right?
Yeah. And then comes mommy and daddy. So
Oh,
they
it was
killed
the baby.
Yeah, well, not a baby. It was but it was a pretty big size horse.
Go to
But
adolescent.
yeah,
You will always be your mother's baby,
Touche.
yeah, that's true.
Touche.
even
And
at 40.
then mommy and daddy figure out where little baby boy is, and they come a knocking
The progeny.
with their horns and violently. So the security team pull out shotguns and automatic weapons at this point, but they're just stabbing people with their horns. They're biting people, throwing them against the wall, all this kind of stuff. They kill the entire security team. Then they break into the house. And then they kill the owner of the pharmaceutical company by ramming their horn up through his jaw and out through his skull.
Nice.
That was fun. And then they start breaking into the house and just tearing shit up. All the while, Will Poulter, the son of the owner, and little rich kid, kind of douchey. He's like, I am an entrepreneur. I start companies all the time, and blah blah blah. No, you don't. You're just wasting mommy and daddy's money. That's what you're doing. But so he's also in the meeting with like, we're gonna make trillions of dollars off this unicorn blood. He literally cuts off the unicorn horn, shaves a little off, and snorts it, and then he smokes it, and he's like, I am operating at 1,000%, Mom. I've got this. Yeah, he goes weird.
All right.
Well,
Unicorn horn is a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
what is it? The mom, played by the woman who plays Madam, the Secretary of State in the show, Madam Secretary. I'm afraid her name escapes me at the moment. One of the unicorns throws her onto the billiards table, and so this Will Poulter on the landing, he's got a bow and arrow, and he makes it a flaming arrow, and he sees the oxygen tank right next to her because she's being eaten alive by this unicorn. She's like, do it, just do it. And he's like, I'm sorry, Mom, I can't. And then you just see this unicorn rip out her intestines. So Will Poulter's plan now is to kill Mommy and Daddy and take their blood and become the richest man on Earth. Spoilers, doesn't work well for him.
No, it never works when you try
No.
to kill a unicorn.
Yeah.
So Paul Rudd steals the original horn from the unicorn, and he leads Mom or Dad away from Jenna Ortega so she can get to a car and get out. But she's kidnapped by Will Poulter, holding a bow and arrow to her. And there's even a throwaway line. He's like, I don't know how well this is going. I don't have much practice with this thing. And he's standing like 50 feet away. The once I've heard that sentence, I was like, I'm walking.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Bye.
Yeah.
Just as likely to shoot yourself as me.
Yeah, you're not Hawkeye.
Yeah, right. But because Jenna Ortega had this connection with the adolescent one, whenever the mommy and daddy come to see her, they're just soft little cuddly animals with her. They don't want to kill her.
That's good.
And then they lay down and like just want to be petted by Jenna Ortega. Will Poulter takes this opportunity. He's like, tie their legs up. I know they've broken through solid oak doors and killed people, but this rope will make them stay.
Yeah, it will.
Because his goal is to like capture them and have them breed and all that kind of stuff.
Yep. The old breeding ploy.
Yep.
And Paul Rudd comes back with the horn because apparently the parents they just wanted the horn because, spoilers for the ending, the unicorn Paul Rudd places it next to the adolescents because these are mythical creatures. They reattach the horn with their horn magic, I guess, and it goes back onto the adolescents, and it comes back alive, and then they run away. What's really fun is the cops show up, and since there's only those, it's Paul Rudd stabs Will Poulter, so he's not in the ending, because he took his daughter hostage. The cops show up, and you can hear on the radio, it's like, sir, this is really messed up. And you got to hear the explanation from the only two alive. They're like, if they're the only two alive, they're now suspects. Bring them in. So they're in the back of the cop car, and they're like, how are we going to get out of this, Dad? They're like, I hope. Actually, the cop says, I hope you have a really good lawyer. And they just both look at each other like Paul Rudd's a very good corporate attorney. I don't know how well that translates to criminal attorney.
Murder?
Yeah.
To
I
murder
mean-
charges? And
Yeah, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Or so I read.
But the final shot is the unicorns running next to the cop car, and the cop just like looks over and like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And then they run off into the woods. So and the movie ends there. So it kind of gives you like, I think they're gonna be fine. They're gonna get out of this because the cop actually saw the unicorns running next to him. But it's very bloody, very funny at parts. Especially the branding with the tire iron, you do not see that coming. All you see is blood sprayed onto Jenna Ortega's face, and then it cuts to Paul Rudd just like slamming it down on its head. Very A24, but once like I said, I don't normally like A24, but this movie was genuinely fun and enjoyable. I liked it. If you have HBO Max, that's where you can watch it.
Nice. Unicorn blood.
Indeed.
No, it's mostly human blood.
Unicorn horn cocaine.
Yeah.
Death of a unicorn.
Yeah, that's the
Alright,
first
then.
thing I'm gonna do is grind the horn down and try to snort it.
It's a true junkie right there.
Yeah.
They try to snort anything.
No, first he put it in like a little weed pipe and smoked it, and then he's like, you know what?
Oh,
Yeah, you might as well. I'm
Right
surprised
to
he
the-
didn't shoot it up.
right to the brain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Heat
just
it up in a spoon.
shooting up the unicorn blood.
Yeah. Heat it up in
You gotta
a
get
spoon.
past that blood-brain barrier somehow.
That's right, man. Well, that was unique.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Like I said, the first movie was for me, but the second one I genuinely think you two should check out.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll watch. I love when unicorns murder people.
Yeah.
Very, very violent.
Love a good MDK film.
At first, just by the title, I thought it was like The Yearling or something. Like it's going to be just sweet, adorable story, which I probably wouldn't have watched. But no, when they're just stabbing people with their horns.
Like I said, mom and dad come into the picture.
Then it goes full Brightburn.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, pretty much.
It kind of reminded me when you said that it was, in the car after he hit it over the head with the tire iron and it starts freaking on the car. It kind of reminded me of the deer and Tommy Boy.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I thought of when you were describing it. I'm like,
Yeah, but in Tommy Boy, it doesn't get shot in the head when it breaks out of a window.
I think he tried to bite me.
Oh, and these unicorns bite. And
Well, yeah, apparently when the intestines being ripped out.
yeah, and they have like, I don't know, carnivore teeth. So whenever they go, you could just see like they're all incisors. Like these are not gentle creatures of the fairy folk.
Acclaim this mouth in the name of the incisor. Damn you, bicuspid.
Brought to you by the people that brought you Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, Terrifier, Terrifier 2, Terrifier 3.
Steamboat Willie.
Yeah.
Screamboat Willie.
Screamboat, that's right.
There's a Peter Pan one
Popeye
coming.
the Slayer Man.
Yep. There's a Peter Pan version coming out too, sooner or later.
Yeah. I still want to see
I wanna
that
see-
movie that's about the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, yeah, Dorothy.
No, it
that
was her
what-
last name.
Oh, yeah,
Gail.
Gail. Yeah.
I don't know this one.
Yeah, you do.
We-
We showed
we
you the
sh- we saw
commercial, the
the-
trailer,
yeah.
and it
Do
freaked
you know
you
how many
out.
trailers we share with each other?
Yeah,
on,
but this
like,
one
a
really
daily-
freaked you out.
Well, a lot of the things you send me freak me
It's
out.
basically a merry-go-round going by itself.
Oh, yep, clicked. All right, there we go.
You had to get the childhood memories.
Yeah.
That's that childhood trauma coming out.
Yeah.
Texting my therapist.
I need help.
We can put mom and dad on the back burner for a minute.
I need help.
Now I need to talk to you about my podcast co-host.
My co-host. Why are you on that show again? they keep throwing movies at me, and they just trying to see if I crack.
It finally worked.
It finally worked.
You're a psychologist, right? Yeah, I'm gonna need you to recommend a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
I need bills.
I need pills,
I need
man.
some pills.
I need pills. I need them now.
Send me to the pharmacy right now.
With all the good drugs at.
Yeah, they're the dispensary.
Well, I have this unicorn horn.
What can I get for this?
You know what the street value of this thing is?
Apparently, according to the look on Paul Rudd's face, a lot. But Gavin, you said you watched 28 Years Later.
Yes.
How was that movie?
So,
That's a good start.
Yeah, I'm real filled with confidence right
I
now.
liked it. It
you?
didn't really like shed light on anything. It
Didn't
was
like
more
expand
of-
the lore or anything.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of did, but so I'll come into spoiler alert here. Full spoiler alert mode.
Yep.
So
This episode and the last one, we were spoiling the shit out of movies.
Yeah.
So the premise of the movie is that the island is still quarantined.
Okay.
And everyone there is just left to their own devices. So there's this island off, or this, I'll say like knoll. It's essentially an island, but it's a causeway that's only, you can only get there during low tide.
Oh, okay.
because it's kind of like the harbor of San Francisco. Like the current moves so fast, you wouldn't be able to swim like straight across to the island. The sea would carry you out before you got there because it's so.
You
so
mean
far
to
off.
Alcatraz?
Well, right. It's similar to Alcatraz. Island is much bigger than Alcatraz Island is.
I don't know. The Rock made it seem pretty big.
Who's telling the story?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So it starts on the guy from Kick Ass and
Bullet Train.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was Tangerine.
So he's taken out his son.
I love that movie.
His son is finally reached. I think he's like 13 now. So he's taking him out on his first trek to the mainland, where they go out. Cause they still go out and scavenge. They have a crew that goes out. There's like a forest area right by the beach, and that's where they get their fuel from. For their, so they go there, they cut down trees, they bring them back, and they've got a gate set up and everything on the island. They're still infected running around, but they've kind of.
It's been
I
28
wanna
years,
say
so I'm
like-
assuming like
I want to
decomposing
say
or
like
something.
mutated.
Oh, okay.
So you have these kind of fat ones that live in like creek beds and they eat worms.
Oh,
And so they're slow and they like crawl around, but then they stand up and they look like the Goodyear
the
tire
Michelin
man.
Man.
Yeah. And so you have those out. Then you have the regular other like fast ones that are still running around. But what you also have with those fast ones is they've kind of turned into wolves. So there's a pack leader that they now call an alpha.
Okay.
And so what they've described it in the movie is that the rage virus for some people, it became steroids.
Oh,
Yeah.
real junkies.
So like the normal runners you can take down with an arrow to the heart or the head. The alphas are not like that. And they basically the alphas love grabbing the heads of either deer or humans and just ripping their spinal column out like the frickin' Predator.
Oh, real Sub-Zero from the first Mortal Kombat vibes.
So the first like 30 minutes is Spike and his dad. They're on the mainland. They end up getting trapped at night because an alpha in his group corners them. And so then they start running back to it's like early morning. The tide is just starting to go down, so it's enough for them to run on this causeway that goes out there. And the alpha's coming behind them, and so then they have to take the alpha out basically on the bridge, and that's kind of a cool scene. Like they're running back, and all you hear is from behind the wall is "Get down!" So they drop. All these arrows fly across their face, and one of them is like a ballista, hits him right in the chest and drops him, so they have time to get up and run again.
Nice.
But he's still moving. So yeah.
He takes a tree log to the chest and he
Pretty
gets up.
much. He's like, "What you got?"
I'm getting real Last of Us Season 2 vibes.
I ate pieces of shit for breakfast.
You
know?
eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
No. But so like it's kind of it has the same shot-esque like the cinematography feel of the first movie.
Gotcha. It was 28 days later. It goes days, weeks, and years.
Yeah, so it's 28 days, 28 weeks, and that's 28 years.
Why didn't they go to months?
I don't know.
Why they skip from weeks to years? That makes no sense.
Well, I don't know.
Fucking ask the writers.
Well,
Call
that
Ms.
was,
Bell.
That was what was so different because after 28 weeks later, when they rescue the boy and the girl from the football field and they get out, it shows like London, and it's supposed to be it was either France or it was somewhere else outside of Britain.
Oh, okay.
That they were, the rage virus had alluded to it getting to.
Oh, okay.
But in this movie, they don't mention that at all. It's still just there, and there's
They're
a
just
blockade.
off the coast of like London,
There's a blockade of ships around
Great Britain.
to make sure that no one gets off the island. That's the full on quarantine, and no one tries to get back on there. So
they're
you
just
have a
letting-
soldier group that comes in, and it doesn't really give like much of anything, about them. Like you just see this group of 8 soldiers running around. So the story behind that in the film was that their ship got hit off the coast. It was going down. I think he said I think he was like 10 of them. Like we found a lifeboat. We got to the mainland. It wasn't what we wanted, but we figured we'd get here and be able to send out a signal. And then they just got cornered, and one of the alphas ripped through them.
Damn.
Yeah. So then also in there, it's like there's no linear storyline here. The big storyline is the kid is trying to save his mom, who you find out his mom has cancer and can't be saved.
So why aren't the blockades just like evacuating these people that are off the coast?
Exactly.
Yeah, they
That's none of that goes into anything past that.
No.
It's just
They're on a little island off
just
the
a
coast.
story.
Just send a couple of skiffs, grab them, and get the fuck out.
But they don't know that they're there.
Oh.
They've left everyone.
Yeah, but
in
the ships
Britain.
have to know they're there. It's a giant settlement with walls.
They have orders of
No contact.
Yep, absolutely no contact
Get
whatsoever.
out. Get out now.
Yeah, get out.
Get out now.
So
Yeah, I could see someone like, why don't they just, hey, shut up. We're going to continue with the movie now. If anyone watches pitch meetings with Ryan George.
So I will say there's a lot of nudity in it. There's a lot of floppy wiener running around
Ugh.
because the clothes that they've been wearing for the past
Twan-
28 years have came off and they're just in the elements with their scars and shit and whatever dangling.
Boobs and dongs.
Yeah, exactly. And so there's also one of them's pregnant.
One of the rage people?
Yeah,
Damn.
and it gives birth to a non-infected baby
No.
that they do not expand on at all.
Do they eat the baby?
No.
Oh.
No, the kid and the mom are out there trying to get to this doctor to help fix the mom. Because at this point you don't know she's got cancer yet. And they're going this train, and one of them is pregnant. She's got like half a shirt on, giant belly, boobs hanging around, and she's giving birth. So she holds her hands out, and the infected and the mom lock, and they trying to help her push the baby out. So she pushes the baby out, and then looks like she dies or gives up life, wakes back up, and then she's on full rage mode again.
Ah.
So it was weird. They didn't say how this impregnation happened.
Hey, who's banging zombies on?
Well, that was a plot point in the James Gunn movie on Netflix. What was it called? The zombie one with Dave Bautista. The one where they had to break into Vegas.
Oh
Vault.
yeah.
That one.
Man, what was that? Oh,
Yeah, okay, this is going to bother
something
me.
zombie. Yeah.
I'm going to look it up real quick. So my question is, would you recommend this movie?
I mean, I don't. Again, it didn't feel like it expanded anything else on the universe outside of it just being.
They just made a movie with the same title.
Yeah.
It was a money grab, so what you're saying.
I kind of feel that way. I mean, I think it was a good movie. It was very suspenseful.
Yeah.
Army of the Dead.
Army of the Dead. Okay.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't feel like it explained anything about that 28 years that happened. But that's just me.
Hey,
I would recommend watching it. It's still a good.
Just wait
I
for
think
like
it's-
streaming or something.
Well, that's what I watched it on.
Yeah.
it's like the
Oh, I know.
Godfather series. You don't want to watch the third one.
Yeah.
In order to say you saw it,
You
to
gotta
have
watch
the
the
trilogy,
third
you
one.
have to watch the third one. So,
Like I can say I've seen the original trilogy of Sam Raimi Spider-Man, even though that means I had to watch that third one.
yep. Sorry.
Sorry, emo Toby.
Yep. But we only got about another minute or two left before we got to wrap things up. So, is there anything else you'd like to comment on your?
No, I love the two movies I watched, and I wholly recommend them to everyone.
And you?
I'm gonna watch Death of the Unicorn.
All right.
What about
I
you?
might check that one out.
Okay.
But remind you all too. Definitely, I would say watch Life of Chuck at least once.
Oh, okay.
Live a Chuck.
Yeah, I saw it was based on a Stephen King book, and,
Yep.
all the previews were like, this is just a wholesome movie. And after listening to you, I was like, oh, there's all the
there-
Stephen
there
King
it
shit.
is.
For the most part, it is a very wholesome movie. Like
Yeah.
the kind of suspenseful stuff. There's like a little bit at the very beginning, and it's not that it's really that suspenseful at all. It's kind of like watching Stand by Me, but with a unique twist at the end of it.
Okay.
You know, it's just about a life of a guy
Yeah.
named Chuck. The life of Chuck.
Yeah.
And Nick Offerman
Yeah.
narrating is
So when you
just
said
phenomenal.
Nick Offerman was narrating, he's like, "This is Chuck. He walks down the street all the time." Blah 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 blah. I
Yeah,
got real Pushing Daisies vibes if you've ever seen that show.
Yes, it's like that too. Like when Chuck first near the end of it in the third act, when he's a kid and he goes to dance class, he's learned from his grandmother first, but he wants to take this dance class, and it's like, all right, everybody, let's start with the salsa, and then he's like, and they start dancing, and you just hear Nick Hoffman, Chuck knew it, Chuck knew it.
Yeah, that's real Pushing Daisies
Yeah.
right there.
No, it was really good though. So check it out. Again, it's not a fast-paced movie; it's a slow-moving movie. So you just
Good
have
old
to have
slow
patience.
burn.
Yeah, basically. But that's all I got to say
I may
about
have to
that.
watch that To Catch a Predator movie on Tubi.
The Artifice Girl.
Yeah,
Again, that one is really slow, so
Yeah.
expect it to be. Just,
Just skip to the end.
I've got something that helps with the passage of time.
okay.
Yeah.
And on that note, we got to head out. Thank you guys again for joining us, talking random movies that we just watched.
Amazing movies,
Yes.
except for apparently 28 weeks later.
Yeah. Well, you still see it just to say you saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But until next. Whoa!
Before we
okay,
say
hang
goodbye.
on, the finger's coming up.
Do you have to see 28 days and weeks later before you see this
No.
one? You could just go straight into it?
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
That was my one question.
It explains nothing.
Yeah.
Adds little to the lore.
All right then.
All right.
Well, thank you guys for Movie Talks Chill. We're your hosts. I'm Tony Serrato.
I'm Gavin Butts.
I'm Patrick Wall.
All right, guys, take care.